Have you ever felt like no matter how strong, successful, or independent you become, there's a quiet part of you that still feels unseen, unheard, or unsafe? That small, fragile part inside you, the little girl who once dreamed, laughed, and cried freely, is still there, quietly holding the key to your emotional freedom and true feminine power. Society teaches women to be strong, capable, and resilient. But in doing so, it often asks you to bury your softness, hide your sensitivity, and suppress the very parts of yourself that are your essence. The paradox is painful. The harder you try to appear whole and in control, the further you drift from your inner truth. Carl Jung called this inner child the root of your unhealed wounds, and believed that until you reconnect with her, your emotional reactions, relationships, and sense of self-worth will always carry invisible chains. You might find yourself panicking over small conflicts in love, overthinking moments of criticism, or feeling invisible even when others are around. These are not flaws. They are echoes from your childhood, where the little girl within you learned to survive by silencing her voice. She didn't disappear. She retreated into the shadows, carrying the pain, fear, and longing that society taught her to hide. And from there, she quietly influences your emotions, decisions, and even the way you love today. But here's the profound truth. Reconnecting with her is not just a form of healing. It is a way to reclaim your feminine energy, your intuition, and the natural strength that flows from being fully alive and unapologetically yourself. This video is a journey into that inner world, a guide to seeing, hearing, and nurturing the little girl inside you, so you can finally unlock the joy, creativity, and love you've been longing for. Stay with me, because this is not just another self-help lesson. It may be the call your soul has been waiting for. Many women spend their entire lives carrying a silent weight, a shadow of a past they barely remember, but that continues to shape every emotion and choice. This shadow is often the inner little girl, the part of you that was hurt, ignored, or dismissed during childhood. She is the one who felt lonely when no one noticed her tears, who learned that showing vulnerability might lead to criticism, rejection, or punishment. Carl Jung described this inner child as a fragment of the psyche that never truly disappears. Instead, it retreats into the unconscious, where it quietly directs your emotional responses and patterns without your conscious awareness. Have you ever felt unexpectedly panicked when someone you love seemed distant? Or frozen when criticized, even in minor situations? That is not just a reaction in the present. That is the little girl from years ago replaying the old pain, hoping to be seen, heard, or comforted. And because she was never acknowledged, every similar situation today carves the wound deeper. This unconscious repetition creates patterns in relationships, work, and self-image. You may find yourself drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable, echoing the neglect or distance of your parents. Or perhaps you push yourself relentlessly to achieve perfection, believing that your worth depends on your performance, reflecting the childhood belief that you were only valuable when behaving correctly. These patterns are not coincidence. They are the mind's way of attempting to heal the original wound, even though, without awareness, the pain simply repeats itself. Jung called this the shadow, a reservoir of rejected or hidden parts of the self. The inner little girl often becomes central to this shadow for women, carrying the fear of abandonment, inadequacy, and unworthiness. Recognizing her presence is not a sign of weakness. It is the first step toward reclaiming the control, love, and freedom that your unacknowledged self has been longing for all along. By seeing the little girl and her story, you begin to untangle the invisible threads that have shaped your life and open the door to healing, integration, and the awakening of your feminine essence. Feminine energy is not a superficial trait. It is the life force of intuition, creativity, gentleness, and emotional depth. Every woman is born with this energy, a natural river flowing within, meant to guide, nurture, and express her authentic self. Yet from childhood, society teaches women to restrain it, to hide softness and sensitivity behind toughness, rationality, and self-control. Girls are told to be strong, but not too vulnerable, confident, but not too striking, independent, but never selfish. Over time, these societal pressures do not erase feminine energy. They push it deep into the unconscious, where it becomes blocked. Carl Jung explained this as a detachment from the archetypal self, a separation between the conscious personality and the core, sacred energy of the soul. The inner little girl, the same one abandoned and silenced, carries the first imprint of this suppression. She learns to shrink, hide, and adapt to survive, covering her natural flow of intuition and emotional wisdom with protective layers of armor. The cost is high. Creativity diminishes, emotional expression becomes laborious, and the connection to one's true self is obscured. Women may become successful, admired, and capable in the external world, yet internally, they feel cut off, controlled, and exhausted, constantly bracing to maintain a facade that masks the delicate, vibrant essence beneath. Feminine energy is not about appearance or gender. It is the sacred source that allows joy, vulnerability, and life itself to flow freely. When blocked, it creates a sense of restlessness, emptiness, or anxiety that cannot be solved by external achievements alone. Healing requires returning to the little girl within, reconnecting with those lost moments of play, curiosity, and emotional self-freedom. As you begin to honor your suppressed feelings, embrace your intuition, and let your inner child lead with trust, the blocked feminine energy starts to flow again, restoring your vitality, magnetism, and connection to the deeper essence of who you are. This awakening is not forced. It unfolds naturally when the safe space for your soul is reclaimed. Carl Jung believed that the ultimate goal of life is not to become perfect or to meet societal expectations, but to become whole, to reconnect with every part of yourself, even the parts you have hidden, denied, or rejected. He called this process individuation, a journey inward to reclaim your authentic self. For many women, this journey begins with the recognition of the inner little girl and the blocked feminine energy she carried. Individuation is not about adding something new or trying harder. It is about removing the layers of conditioning, fear, and armor that were built to survive in a world that demanded adaptation over authenticity. Each unhealed wound, each suppressed emotion, and each abandoned desire forms a barrier between the conscious adult self and the inner child. By turning inward and facing these shadows, women begin to understand why they react, feel, and think the way they do. The moments of panic, self-doubt, or overcompensation are echoes of a past self, not flaws of the present. Individuation involves observing these patterns without judgment, integrating them, and reclaiming the energy and wisdom buried beneath. This process is gradual and requires courage. The courage to confront pain, the courage to nurture the inner child, and the courage to honor suppressed needs. Through individuation, a woman begins to step out of survival mode and into a life that resonates with her true essence. The fear of judgment, the need to please, and the compulsion to control slowly soften as she reconnects with her primal intuition, creativity, and gentleness. Jung emphasized that wholeness is not achieved by perfection, but by embracing contradictions, the strong and weak, the rational and emotional, the light and shadow. As women integrate all parts of themselves, they no longer live by survival scripts imposed from childhood. Instead, they navigate life with authenticity, freedom, and the quiet confidence that comes from knowing who they truly are. Individuation is the path home, a radical act of self-love that brings the inner child, feminine energy, and conscious self together in harmony, creating a radiant, fully alive presence. Healing begins with acknowledgement. The first step in reconnecting with your inner child is simply recognizing her presence. She is not an abstract idea. She is a living, breathing part of you who still feels, hopes, and longs to be seen. Start by finding a photo from your childhood, a small face that stirs emotions inside you. Hold it in your hands, look closely into those eyes, and allow yourself to feel whatever arises: fear, joy, sadness, or curiosity. Ask gentle questions. What did you dream of? What did you long for? What made you laugh or cry alone? Writing a letter to her is one of the most powerful ways to begin healing. Speak not as the adult who knows better, but as someone who finally sees her, telling her she is loved, she is enough, and she is worthy of joy. Listening is equally vital. Create a quiet space, place a hand on your heart, and invite her to step forward. Ask sincerely, "What do you need from me right now?" And then listen without judgment. Tears, whispers, or even silence are welcome. This is not about fixing her, but about making her feel safe, acknowledged, and embraced. Becoming the parent she needed is the next step. Reflect on your inner dialogue. Are you gentle or critical with yourself? Speak to your inner child as you would to a frightened, vulnerable girl. Offer words of love, comfort, and reassurance. Through these exercises, you start rebuilding the bridge between the person you are now and the child who was silenced for too long. Over time, these practices cultivate trust, presence, and compassion, allowing the child's joy, creativity, and authenticity to flow back into your life. By meeting her needs and validating her experiences, you reclaim not only your emotional freedom, but also the radiant, intuitive, and magnetic feminine energy that has been waiting for her voice to be heard. This is the sacred beginning of your journey back to wholeness. Your feminine essence is not something you acquire. It is already within you, waiting to be remembered. It is the natural, fluid energy that connects you to your intuition, creativity, playfulness, and emotional depth. But when the inner child was silenced, this energy became blocked, hidden beneath layers of self-protection, societal expectations, and fear of judgment. Honoring your feminine essence begins with slowing down and turning inward. Ask yourself, what truly brings me joy? What nurtures my soul? These moments are not indulgences. They are necessary acts of reclamation. Allow yourself small, sacred rituals, dancing freely in your living room, painting without rules, walking barefoot in nature, or sitting quietly with a warm cup of tea. These actions remind your inner child that she is safe, seen, and allowed to express herself. Letting go of the need to control everything is crucial. Feminine energy thrives in trust, surrender, and presence, not in force or rigidity. When you allow yourself to be, without filtering your emotions or censoring your desires, the blocked stream of your inner vitality begins to flow again. Every act of self-compassion, every time you honor your needs over external expectations, strengthens the connection with your authentic self. You begin to feel more alive, more radiant, and more aligned with your natural rhythm. Feminine energy is not measured by appearances, achievements, or productivity. It is measured by how fully you inhabit your time being. As you nurture your inner child and reconnect with these playful, emotional, and intuitive parts of yourself, You awaken the source of creativity, magnetism, and love that has always been present, but buried. This is not a one-time effort. It is a daily practice of remembering who you are at your core, embracing your softness, your sensitivity, and your power. The more you honor your feminine essence, the more you reclaim the freedom, authenticity, and joy that were always meant to be yours. One of the deepest wounds carried by women is the fear of rejection, a subtle yet powerful force that quietly shapes your relationships, choices, and self-image. This fear often begins in childhood, when love felt conditional, when praise was given only for being good, quiet, or accomplished, and emotions like tears, frustration, or anger were dismissed or shamed. Over time, you learned to edit yourself, censor your voice, and hide the parts of you that didn't fit the expectations of parents, teachers, or society. This wound becomes a hidden script that dictates how you show up in the world. You seek validation from others. You overachieve to be enough, and you silence your authentic feelings in fear of rejection. But here is the truth that Carl Jung reminds us of. Your worth is not defined by external acceptance. You were never required to earn love, and your authentic self was never flawed. Healing begins when you turn inward and acknowledge these old wounds with compassion. Start by recalling moments when you felt deeply rejected by a parent, a friend, a partner, or society itself. Feel the emotions that arise, without judgment or suppression. Then, gently remind yourself that this rejection was never a reflection of your true worth, but rather a reflection of someone else's limitations, fears, or misunderstandings. Write down affirmations that reinforce your inherent value. I am worthy of love. I am enough just as I am. My emotions matter. These words may feel foreign at first, but repetition softens the inner child who has longed to hear them. The act of acknowledging your pain while offering yourself the love you were denied begins to dismantle the cycle of self-rejection. It teaches your inner child that she is safe, seen, and validated. By consistently practicing this, you reclaim authority over your own sense of worth, free from the shadows of past neglect. You realize that every fear, every self-doubt, and every hesitation rooted in rejection can transform into a doorway to self-love and empowerment, unlocking the courage to show up fully as yourself. To awaken your feminine energy, you must return to the most innocent, playful, and free parts of yourself. The child who existed before the world taught you to censor your emotions and suppress your essence. This is not just a nostalgic exercise. It is a deep spiritual practice that reconnects you to the source of your intuition, creativity, and emotional vitality. Begin by recalling moments from your childhood when you felt completely alive, uninhibited, and fully yourself. Perhaps you danced without care, painted with wild abandon, sang at the top of your lungs, or lay on the grass staring at the sky, imagining limitless worlds. Close your eyes and visualize yourself in that moment. Who were you? What did your body feel like? What thoughts and dreams filled your mind? Let these memories awaken the parts of you that have been hidden beneath years of self-restraint. Now, make a list of simple activities that bring back that sense of wonder and joy. Things that made you feel most alive as a child. It might be spinning around until dizzy, painting without a plan, building forts, dancing barefoot, writing stories, or simply running freely in the open. Choose at least one activity to do this week. Engage in it fully, without judgment, and notice how your body, heart, and mind respond. These acts of playful presence are medicine for your inner child and a gateway to your blocked feminine energy. As you allow yourself to feel joy, freedom, and spontaneity again, the layers of fear, control, and rigidity gradually dissolve. Your intuition begins to whisper, your emotions flow more freely, and your authentic self shines with a magnetic energy that is impossible to ignore. This reconnection is a sacred act. You are not merely entertaining nostalgia, you are consciously reclaiming the life force that has always been within you. The feminine essence, once buried under survival mechanisms, awakens naturally when you allow yourself to play, express, and feel without restriction. Many women spend their lives performing, shaping themselves to meet the expectations of others, hiding their true emotions, and silencing the parts of themselves that feel too big, too messy, or too different. From a young age, society teaches subtle lessons. Don't cry too much. Don't laugh too loudly. Don't ask for too much. Don't shine too bright. Over time, these lessons become internalized. You begin to fear judgment more than you crave freedom, leading to suppression of your authentic self. But true feminine energy can only thrive when you allow yourself to exist fully, without fearing criticism, rejection, or disapproval. To begin, identify one area in your life where you feel constrained, where your soul longs to express itself, but your mind whispers caution. Perhaps you want to dance freely in your living room, express your opinion in a meeting, wear something bold, or speak your heart honestly, but something holds you back. Now, gently ask yourself, why do I fear being myself here? Who taught me this fear? Recognize that this fear is often an echo of your younger self, conditioned to avoid rejection and survive in an unforgiving environment. The next step is radical. Take a small, deliberate action that challenges this fear. Dance, even if your moves are clumsy. Speak, even if your words tremble. Laugh, even if others don't understand. Paint without caring for the result. Each act of fearless expression communicates to your inner child, it is safe to be yourself. You are allowed to exist fully. Over time, these small moments accumulate. You begin to notice a sense of liberation, a deep softening of the old walls built to protect you. Your feminine essence starts flowing again, no longer trapped behind caution and perfectionism. By daring to be, even in small ways, you reclaim the freedom, playfulness, and authentic presence of your inner child. Judgment loses its power because you are first and foremost aligned with yourself. This is the sacred act of self-reclamation, breaking the chains of fear and embracing the life force that has always been yours, waiting to be expressed. The journey we've explored is not just about techniques or exercises. It is a profound act of returning home to yourself. Each step, from recognizing your inner child, listening to her needs, nurturing her with love, reconnecting with your feminine essence, and allowing yourself to be without fear, is a key to unlocking the authentic, radiant woman you have always been. Healing is not about perfection or achieving an ideal version of yourself. It is about integration, bringing the lost, silenced parts of your being into the light. When you honor the little girl within, when you give her the attention, love, and recognition she never received, something extraordinary happens. The dormant, sacred feminine energy within you begins to awaken. You no longer need to perform for approval, to suppress your feelings to fit in, or to shrink yourself for the comfort of others. Instead, you feel safe in your own presence. You move through the world with a newfound confidence, softness, and clarity, guided by intuition, creativity, and the freedom to simply be. Carl Jung taught that wholeness is achieved not by rejecting the wounded parts of ourselves, but by embracing them fully. Your inner child, your shadow, And your blocked feminine essence are not flaws. They are keys to your liberation. The moment you begin to listen, to nurture, to reclaim joy, and to trust yourself, you step into a life of authenticity, creativity, and emotional freedom. Remember, this is not a one-time act. It is a lifelong journey of integration, acceptance, and presence. Every tear you allow, every laugh you release, every moment you honor your truth is a victory, a step closer to your original essence. You were never meant to live in fragments. You were born whole, vibrant, and radiant. Today, by facing your fears, embracing your vulnerabilities, and reclaiming your inner child, you are answering the call of your soul. This is your return, your awakening, your rebirth into the woman you were always destined to be. Never forget, the power, beauty, and wisdom you seek have always been inside you, waiting to be remembered, honored, and lived.